And there she is in her majestic beauty under great force. I just brought the old Harmony over and put back on the bench. It's been clamped up like this for, well, since the last video, the fret video. Got some backward bow in the neck as it is right now. Now when I take those clamps off, I don't know. You know, I'd like to see that backward bow remain. I don't think it will. I think it's going to go, you know, back to being flat. But let's get these clamps off. We'll have a look. So I have filled that crack with dust that we got from shaving the bridge, and I just filled the crack up with the dust. I'm going to take some CA glue and I'm going to drop, I'm using a thin viscosity, so hopefully it will run down into the crack area. And there we go. Now I'm not going to hit that with an accelerator because that greatly speeds up the drying process, but it also weakens the glue just a little bit. So I want that to dry normally. I'm looking at this through very high magnification also, and magnified glasses. Maybe I can get you a shot here of what it looks like right now. Yeah, maybe you can see that. I only have the paper towel up there to catch, you know, glue, keep glue, absorb it and keep it from running down the fingerboard. That's the only reason the paper towel is there, taped on there. It looks like I got glue, or dust and glue into the crack pretty well. I just want to let that set up now, and I'll bring you back. I'm going to give that a few minutes, and then I'll bring you back and we'll take sandpaper to that. The main thing I'm after here is just covering up that ugly crack, for one, and assuring it doesn't get any worse. Hopefully strengthen it a little bit, and your eye just doesn't go there so much as before. Now I think we can try. You know, as Jerry Rosa mentioned, the best bet would be take this fingerboard completely off and replace it. Just put a new board on and put a truss rod cover in it while you're doing it. You might as well put a truss rod. You might as well put a truss rod in it as you're, you know, if you're going to take the fretboard completely off. But that would be the best bet. Would just be to take the fretboard off, route that out, put a truss rod in there, put the new fretboard back on. You could probably even plane it down enough to avoid having to do a neck reset on this guitar. But we've already avoided that, and I guess we took other measurements, so to speak, and already avoided it, so I think I'm going to try to, I wasn't going to feel, if you can see that from here, that crack, it's filled here at the fret, and the worst part where it was gaping open. But I wasn't going to try to feel this tiny little hairline crack up through here before, but I think I am going to, so hold on a minute. Here again, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. I'm looking at it through a magnifier, trying to get the dust just in the crack, and then I want to go over it with just a few drops of this CA glue. Here comes someone. Who is it, Lily? Get him, Lily. Here comes someone. Hold on. So had just a little distraction there. Had some business to take care of. It's been handled and the glue is dried, and you can see what she's rough looking right now. But I'm going to take this, try an 800 grit paper here to start with. Just knock the roughness off of it. Down in grits. Say this is not to this is not a repair that's it's not gonna strengthen it all that much. If you know, it might strengthen the fretboard a little bit, but that's gonna be about it. It's not gonna really add, you know, all that much strength. It's just gonna look a little bit nicer. So I'm going back and putting on a second coat. There was a little hole that needed filled again, so I just thought I would bring you through that. It's a done deal at the house that never sleeps. I sanded it down and there was a little hole right there visible. In fact, I think I still see it a little bit. I'll let that dry and I'll hit it with the sander again and we'll see what it looks like. I just wanted to get you a little, capture you a few moments of the unseen events at the house. Hold on. So I'm just going to remove the tape from here and try the sandpaper on her now. Just need to smooth it up a little bit right now. Find a piece of sandpaper on here that's good. Yeah, there we go. And you can hardly tell there was ever a crack there. There's a little indentation there. I'll sand it out a little better. The puppies is back. They're all excited. They get excited when anyone pulls in the driveway. They get sometimes worked up a wee bit much, but it's all good, baby. Yeah, that's starting to look a lot better. Still a little bit of high spots here, but I want to stick with this 800 grit paper again now. And we'll work our way up. I don't know if I'll go as high as 2,000 or not, but I guess we'll see. Probably can't see anything but the back of my head. If that. I think you can see okay. I can't see the camera very well in this position, but I'm going to sand through several grits of paper here, and I'll bring you back, and we'll have another look at it when I make a little progress. Hold on. Woo! They're just like frets. You just work your way down, oh so slowly, through the grits. Am I still in the camera? Yeah. A house that never sleeps. It sure am get busy around here sometimes. This will hopefully keep that from cracking any farther too. Well, I don't know about you guys, but I don't see any crack there anymore. Let's see if I can zoom you in just a little bit. I know the lighting is never at its best, but what you're seeing there is I'm not sure what that is. It's a tiny little bit of the crack that you can still see. It is so small, man. I might be able to sand it out. Or sand it down closer. It's not as obvious. There are other places in this fretboard that are that big. So I shouldn't even worry about that. It is really tiny. I'm going to leave that alone because it's just a very tiny, it's not even as big as a pinhead. It looks a lot bigger in the camera from what I'm seeing than what it really is. And I've got the zoom cranked way up too. That could be why. But there's no crack there, dudes, guys, gals. That crack is all gone. So, I think I'm just going to go with that. I believe I'm going to leave that alone and ride with it. So hang on, I'll tell you what's up next. Got to look at those frets again, baby. I've got a little bit better light on them now, this time. And you can see there are no scratches. You might see a speck of dust or something on one of them, but that's a better picture, I think, than the pictures I got of them on the fret video. But I wanted to show you that again. Let me see if I can get you a... Remember the huge crack it had? There's where it comes, let's see. Comes from back here. Where are we at? From back here, it comes up underneath this fret, see? Then it comes up and comes over around the side, and that's all I repaired, was just the side of it for now. I'm going to hit that. I wasn't going to go all the way up to the 2000 grit paper, but I think I will. I see a little change in color right here. That could be just a difference in the color of the bridge and the fretboard. But at least the crack, you know, you can still see it there a little bit, but your eye doesn't get sucked there. Say, you know, somebody, you reach the guitar, somebody, they say, hey man, the neck's cracked on it. They're not going to see that anymore. We still have this crack back here. With string tension on this guitar, there was a tiny, slight little crack right at the heel. I checked the neck block, and the thing is solid as a rock. But I'm going to force it apart a little bit, like string action would, like string tension would do. And I'm going to drop some thin viscosity CA glue down in there. And the reason I'm using thin is because hopefully I'll have the guitar turned upside down. And hopefully, you know, with the help of gravity, it will help run down in there. Have everything ready because that stuff dries fairly fast. And I'm going to use a band clamp. Well, you'll see what I use as a band clamp. You can buy band clamps. Go around the entire guitar body, okay? And tighten it, and that will force this thing down tight. I want to have all that ready though, and when I get the glue in there, tighten the clamp up as quickly as I can, and then let that set and let that thing dry so it won't pull a gap in between the heel and the body like it was doing before. That's the idea, but that's not this video. It may be the next one, or it might not show you at all. I don't know. Hold on. Yes, sir. I'm sweating, man. Work the sweat up. But, yeah, I'm going to, the next video may be on that crack back here at the heel. It's not a crack. It's just a joint that needs some love. There, I may just skip that. I still have I want to take a Dremel tool and polish these keys all up. If you can see, they're not, well, they are rusted some. The pegs look like they're either gold plated or brass, but I think those will clean up, you know, and look pretty nice. So I'm not going to bore you to death with that. I'm just going to take a Dremel tool and buff them all out with that. I want to buff that headstock before I put these back in. Clean up the buttons and lubricate them. I already tightened them up. They were really loose, man. All of them were loose. I tightened them up already. I want to clean them good and then lubricate them and put them back on there. So I don't know if I'll show you all that or not. I'll probably show you some of it. I don't know, but anyways, just wanted to show you what we was doing to that crack, and it looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that. Like I say, you can still see a little distortion in that area, but at least it's not a gaping crack like it was before. So that's what Harmony's doing today. I'm a little worried about getting enough back bow in this neck. Man, I had two, you saw it, I had two clamps on it and squeezing the guts out of it, and I'm afraid it's going to bust right here where I glued it if I keep, you know, applying the pressure to it like that. So, man, I'm putting some serious pressure on that neck to get it backward bowed. So when we string it up, you know, the string tension will draw it forward, and it's going to draw some relief into the neck, which we have no control over at all. But well, we'll see how it comes out, I guess. So I'll see you on the next video. Not sure what it'll be about, but I may have it strung up and playing it on the next one. It's just hard to say, man. Or I might put it back in clamps and try to get a little bit more back bow in the neck. It's got a little bit, but I'd like to see more, really. So anyways, cheers. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching.